I am 25 years old and I feel like I've literally wasted my whole entire life up to now. I have been doing so much self-reflection recently on my life and the choices that I've made in my life up to now, and I'm not happy with a lot of the choices that I've made, and coming to terms with that feeling is very confronting. It's very uncomfortable and weird, and I don't like it. Like, I want to be sitting here and saying that I've made all the right life decisions up to now and that I'm so proud of how far I've come and that my life is thriving and I'm doing exactly what I want to do, but I'm not. Like, I don't feel that way. I feel like I've wasted a lot of my life. I feel like there's so many things that I could have done and that I should have done that would have gotten me further than what I am now. But like, I know that everything happens for a reason, and I know that my path is my path, and this is the timing of my life, and this is how it's meant to be, because otherwise it wouldn't be like this. Like, it would be another way if it was meant to be another way. This is what I hate, right? I feel like I've got an inner therapist that every single time that I vent about something or I talk about something, because I do this a lot, like I will record myself speaking and just like having a little therapy session, and I'll say things like, I'll want to say something so unreasonable and so out there, not out there, but like really, I guess unreasonable is the word, I should have left it there, but I'll say something and then instantly I'm thinking, yeah, but you could think of it in this other way, and then it's just so annoying because it's like, I know the righteous thing to do and say and think, but I don't want to think the righteous thing sometimes. Like, sometimes I just want to be unreasonable. Sometimes I just want to be angry. Sometimes I just want to vent and not feel like I have to justify myself or not feel like I have to tap into this inner therapist. So like, this is also what I feel like with my channel. I feel like I've got my sit down videos, which are like my inner therapist, like that's coming from that place and like my inner wisdom, my higher wisdom. But then I've got like these videos where it's more so like my inner child, I guess, and just even current me right now, like what I'm actually feeling and me validating what I'm feeling right now. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm so sick. Oh, I think I'm making my camera shake. But yeah, I'm so sick of seeing content at the minute that is people just pretending that everything's okay. Like, why the fuck is everyone pretending that things are okay when they're not okay? Like, the world is literally falling apart in front of our eyes, and everyone just pretends that everything's okay, and everyone ignores what's going on in the world, and I don't like it. It makes me feel scared. It makes me feel uneasy because it's like, are we not all seeing the same thing? I'm just so tired of people pretending everything's okay when it's not okay. Even when I speak to people about something that I'm stressed about at the moment, I feel like when you speak to people about stuff like that, people do want to be that like therapist voice and tell you like what you should do and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes like I literally just want to vent. Sometimes I just want to let whatever steam is inside of me out of my system. Like, I'm a kettle. Like, I just want to let that steam out and then I'll feel so much better. But a lot of the time when you go to someone with your feelings, like, they will feel the need to give you advice, which is great, and I do appreciate that. But sometimes like I just keep my thoughts to myself and I don't want to speak to anyone because I know that you're going to try and give me advice. And a lot of the time, like, I feel like I've got really good advice. Like, I know exactly what answers are gonna get me out of where I am right now. Like, I know exactly what I need to do. It's just, I don't want to do it. Sometimes I do feel like I'm just stuck in this kind of victim mindset. Not victim mindset, like I don't think I'm in a victim mindset, but sometimes like I just want to be a baby. Sometimes I just want to allow myself to be sad and allow myself to cry. And I don't think that's bad. I think that's quite normal, but a lot of us suppress that side of us, and a lot of us feel like we have to be high and mighty and holier than thou, and I don't like it. I have always grown up around people who just kind of ignore their feelings and they push it to the side and they don't talk about it, and you cannot talk about it no matter how much you want to. You have to push it to the side, push it under the rug and never speak about it again, unless you've had lots and lots of alcohol and you're at a family gathering or it's Christmas Day and you just want to let off all your steam then and ruin everyone's day. That's how I've known and seen emotional regulation to be, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, I actually despise it. So like, when I speak to somebody about my problems, like if I speak to like my parents and they try to give me advice, I very much think, why have I even asked? Like, why have I even come to you for advice, because like I know the advice. Like I don't even come to you for advice. Like you go to your parents for support and love, and so that you can feel like you can just be a baby and not feel like you have to fix yourself in that moment. I think that's the thing. I think a lot of us just want to have someone to listen to us, and we want to be able to speak to people about our feelings and not feel like we have to fix ourselves, not feel like we have to just be positive and change how we think. I love my mum and dad, like I love my parents, but I was speaking to my mum yesterday and I was saying like, I feel so depressed. And she says, oh, don't be depressed. Like you can't be depressed. And then she gives me this like Mel Robbins kind of speech, which is so sweet. And I love that she's trying to help me. Like I'm not, like I don't want to say anything as if I'm annoyed about that, but I think it just triggered inside of me this feeling of like, why am I not allowed to feel okay? Why am I not allowed to feel depressed? And I know we don't want to feel depressed, but sometimes that's our reality. So when we speak about our reality and we speak our truth and we're vulnerable with someone and we kind of vent to them and then they turn around and tell us don't be depressed, it's like, thank you. I don't want to be depressed. Like it's not my choice. I do not want to sit here and be depressed, but sometimes like you just want someone to hear you and see you, and sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that is literally all you need to feel better. But anyway, I feel like that was a big side note. What was I saying before that? Oh, so like, yeah, I feel like I've wasted my life up to now. I was laid in bed earlier and I was applying for jobs and I was updating my CV and just doing all that kind of stuff, because my thing at the minute that I'm trying to do in my personal life, which I don't really talk about on camera, but here we go, I'm going to talk about it now. I'm trying to move out of my hometown. I'm trying to get away from this environment that I'm in, because I've realized so many times that it is toxic, and like there's only so much healing that you can do in the place that traumatized you. It's literally like, this is what I was saying to my boyfriend yesterday. It's like if you have like a cut or an open wound or whatever, and it starts to heal, like it starts to heal a little bit and like you think it's looking good, but then because you're still doing the same things that cut it in the first place, or you're still in the same environment that like hurt it in the first place, the wound keeps opening up and opening up. Like it will heal a little bit and then it will open up. And that is what I feel like in relation to my life. I feel like I'll come so far in relation to healing and reparenting myself and things like that, but then when I'm having a weak moment, when I'm feeling emotional, when I'm on my period, in my luteal phase, whatever it is, I'm so much more sensitive and I'm so much more vulnerable, and I feel like I'm not strong enough to be in the place that hurt me so much to begin with. So I'm trying to actively get out of my town and I'm trying to make moves, and I'm applying for jobs in a city nearby to me. Not too close though, because the cities near me are fucking shitholes. But yeah, so I'm trying to apply for jobs in local cities, or a local city, not local. So I was applying for this job earlier and I was writing like my personal statement, and I was applying for the job and writing why I'm good for the job and all this kind of shit. And I was just looking back at my qualifications and I was thinking, I've not really got much to show for my life. For my 8 years in admin, essentially, that's all I've really done. So I think that I was so ambitious as a teenager, and then I just kind of lost my sparkle throughout, like from the age of 18 to about 22. Like I lost my sparkle completely, and I felt like I wasted all of those years. And yeah, so I just realized that I genuinely feel like I've wasted a lot of my life. I do have a degree. I've got a degree in criminology. Like I studied criminology, which for one, that really fucked up my brain, because it's quite an intense course to take. And I don't really know why I took that course. Like I just knew at the time I was at a bit of a loose end, like now, and I needed a change of scenery. I needed to do something different, but I couldn't afford at the time to move out, or I thought I couldn't afford at the time to move out, when really I probably could. So I just did criminology because that was a course that I could do at my local university that I would kind of be interested in. But like now I think back on it, I'm like, why did I not go into marketing? Why did I not do business, or like something that would actually get me far in the corporate world? And I guess it's because I knew that I didn't want to go far in the corporate world. Like I don't want to go far in the corporate world. I hate it so much. I hate the corporate world. I hate working for somebody. I hate a 9 to 5. like deep down I know that that's probably the reason why I didn't go into anything like that. But now when I think back on it, I'm like, God, I could have invested those 3 years into doing marketing, and that would probably benefit me so much more than fucking criminology. I don't know. Did anyone else do a degree that they just really don't know why they did that degree? Like, they just did it because they thought, oh, that sounds interesting. But little did I know that it was going to fucking traumatize me, because you are literally studying the inside of a criminal's mind, and you're like seeing how their brain works, and you're researching so many criminal cases and like homicide cases and genocide cases, all of these different things, and it really messes with your head. Like, it really, I didn't go to the gym for about 6 months after one particular seminar, because we were speaking or learning about this girl who went to the gym and then she left the gym, and it wasn't even late at night, it was just dark, and then someone kidnapped her and she got murdered. And we went into a lot of detail on it, and it really scared me, and like it really fucked up my mind, and like it did make me quite anxious and like nervous. Anyway, that's enough about the degree. Like, I just feel like degrees are so hard, and like that degree really took it out of me, and I did it, and it felt like a big accomplishment when I graduated or whatever. But it's kind of like I don't have anything to show for it really, because people will ask like, oh, what's your degree in? And I'll say criminology, and it's like, oh, what do you want to do? I don't know, nothing to do with criminology though. And I just feel like a fucking idiot. I don't know, I just feel like I've wasted so much of my life. It's crazy. So yeah, I guess I've got to that point now, and I think because, and I know we shouldn't really try and seek external validation, like that shouldn't be our motivating factor, but because I work so fucking hard, like I work so hard every single day, day in, day out, I'm always on my grind, I'm always working hard, either at my job, on my YouTube channel, or at my other job, and I'm never resting, my mind never rests, which is, it's so inevitable, like how I had this breakdown. But when you work so hard and then you don't really, like when people ask you like, oh, well, do you want to apply for this job, or do you want to apply for a higher job, like a higher pay job in this area, blah, blah, blah. I feel like because I can't tell people in my area about my YouTube channel because I don't really want to. The people who matter know about it, but I don't want to tell people at work for whatever reason. I just don't feel comfortable to tell them. So it's kind of like, I feel like people just think that I'm a waste of space. And I know that that's not even important. I know it doesn't matter what other people think, but I do think it's only natural as humans to care a little bit about what people think. And I've had lots of opportunities come to me at the minute where people want to help me in like a career progression. And I feel like an idiot because I'm kind of like, oh no thank you. Like, I'm happy to just stay in this admin job. But I know in my head that I'm just staying in this admin job because it works well for me and doing my YouTube channel, because I've got more time to work on it and I can work from home and I can do my YouTube channel in between. But like to other people, it probably looks like I'm so lazy because I'm still in a admin job. Like, it's not minimum wage, but it might as well be, to be honest. I guess I'm just tired of working so hard and feeling like I have nothing to show for it. I feel like I keep using this expression at the minute, but I feel like I'm just treading water. Like, I'm just constantly treading water just to keep afloat. I'm working all of these jobs and doing all these things, and I'm so stressed out, and it's like, for what? Because I can barely afford to get by. I can barely afford to do anything. And for me to want to be able to move to the city and live on my own, I need to get a higher paying job. But then I know that when I'm paying for rent and things like that, I'm also barely going to get by. So it's just really frustrating. And I think I've kind of got to the point where I'm like, I just want to live my life. I just want to enjoy it. I want to tap into the things that I enjoy doing. I love, like, people don't know about me, but I love fashion. I love putting outfits together. I've always done that. Like, since I was a little girl, I've always gone on like clothes websites, and I used to copy and paste like different clothes items that I wanted, and I would put them on a paint document, and I would just piece outfits together. And that was like my favorite thing to do. I couldn't afford at the time to buy the things because I had no money, and my parents didn't, I'm guessing they didn't have money either because they didn't buy the things for me. So like, I've always dreamed about being able to do that and being able to buy the clothes and look nice and be able to express myself in that regard. Like, self-expression is so important to me, but when you feel like you can't do that because you can't afford it and you also just don't really have the time, it can be really soul destroying. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have time. Like, I make time for the things that I want to do. Like, I spend so much of my free time listening to educational podcasts, researching about different like health things, because that's like my favorite thing at the minute, like learning about blood sugar levels and how certain illnesses form and all that kind of stuff. I love learning about things like that, and I love learning about manifestation. I love learning about anything philosophical at the minute. I'm really wanting to learn a lot more about astrology and Greek mythology, because I am such an astrology girly. Like, I love astrology, but I just don't make the time to explore it even deeper. But it's definitely an interest of mine. So it's kind of like I have so many interests that I want to do, but I just feel like I don't have enough time to do all of them. Like, I love reading, and like I literally fill all of my time doing things that I love doing. It's like it's never enough. And then when I start to feel like this, that's when I notice that I start to do self-sabotaging behaviour. So I'll start like picking up my phone and going on Instagram. And this is my thing at the minute. I'll go on Instagram and I'll be watching the reels. Like, I never used to be drawn in by the reels, but now the reels seem to be getting good. And I keep watching them, and then I'll send them to my boyfriend, and then he'll send them back to me, and then I'll watch his, and I get into this trap of mindless consumption. And then I'm getting stressed because I'm thinking I have so many things that I need to do, but I don't have time to do them, and now I'm spending time doing things that don't even matter. Do you know what I mean? I guess I'm just at a loose end, okay? It's fine. Like, I am at a loose end. And I've faced all the emotions today. Just recently, even over the weekend, I had a breakdown. Like, I literally had a mental breakdown, which was so fun. And I've been feeling feelings that I don't usually feel. Like, I've been feeling a lot of anger. Like, so much anger has come up recently, and I don't know how to process anger. Like, I'm not an angry person. And when I was telling my boyfriend that I've been feeling a lot of anger recently, we were both just laughing, because he was like, I cannot imagine you angry. And I was like, babe, neither can I. Like, I don't even know how to process it. I just sit there and cry about it. Even thinking about it now, like thinking about the ways that I would express anger, it just makes me laugh. But it's a valid feeling. Like, I want to be able to express my anger, and I just don't know how to do that, because I grew up in an environment where you could not express anger like that. Otherwise you would face the consequences, and it would be tenfold. It would be so much worse, and it just wasn't worth it. So I just don't know how to express anger, but I've been feeling anger, and like, I don't know how to process that emotion and like tap into my rage. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Agretsuko, but that is such a good program. I might even watch that later. I think I might even watch it, yeah. But it's basically this little red panda. It's anime, but it's this little red panda, and she works a 9-to-5 corporate job, and like, she'll go to the office, and then when she's feeling really stressed about all the little minor inconveniences of the day, she'll take herself off to the toilet, and then she gets a little microphone out of her bag, and she starts like doing screamo, like screaming into this microphone, like, hi, I hate my job. And that's literally what I feel like at the minute. Like, I feel like I need to buy a microphone. And she also goes to like a private karaoke room, and she'll just go there by herself, and she'll just sing screamo. Like, she'll just scream into this microphone in Japanese. And like, maybe I should do that. Maybe that's how I let my anger out. But have you guys ever seen, I remember seeing a TikTok ages ago, and it was like it was this girl saying that she saw something that said, go to the middle of the woods, like in the middle of nowhere, and just scream out all of your problems and all of the things that you're feeling right now. And she sets up the camera, and then she walks to the middle of like this random area of woodland, and then she's like, I feel, and then she's like, no, oh my god, I can't do that, that's so fucking embarrassing, oh my god, I can't do that. And I relate to that so much, because sometimes when I'm driving my car, sometimes I will literally sit there and think I could scream right now and no one would hear me, and then like, I physically can't scream because I'm that embarrassed to even do that. But sometimes I just want to let that emotion out. I want to let it go, but I can't seem to do it. I don't know, girl. This feels so therapeutic just talking right now. Like, I want to just share more of this side of me on my channel, because this is like where this channel derived from. Me either sending voice notes to my best friend or my little cousins, or even just recording myself speaking and having a therapy session, because this is what I've been doing all day. Like, I literally set my camera up. Obviously it's a bit more like ugly crying I really did let all of that out before I filmed this video. Yeah, me just speaking to myself and speaking about my worries and the things that are going on in my mind right now. Because I don't know, like, I feel like this is the kind of content that I want to see right now. So why not do it myself? And why not share this side of you? No, why not share this side of me with you? This is me, this is who I am, and I am just a girl. I'm just a baby. That's what I feel like at the minute. I just feel like a big baby in a 25-year-old's body who just has to keep pushing on, and I don't want to keep pushing on. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I just want to chill, but it's okay. I feel a lot better after having this conversation, but yeah, my lips are so dry. If I look really crusty right now, it's because I have a cold and I'm suffering. Anyway, that was my little ramble about how I feel like I'm behind in life. Do any of you guys relate? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because I just feel so alone. I feel so lonely. I'm also kind of going through like a little bit of a friendship breakup at the minute. And it's like not a proper friendship breakup. Like, it's not like anything's happened. There's no beef. But we're just growing apart, and like we've been growing apart for the past like few months, and it's really taken its toll on me, and it's really upset me, and I've had to go through a lot of grieving and a lot of like processing of it on my own. And yeah, I think that's probably something that's getting me down more than what I let on that it's getting me down. So I've been going through it. I've been feeling lonely, and this is the kind of connection that I want to have with you guys. Like, I want to talk with you guys. I want to show this side of me to you guys, because this is me. I am rambly. I don't make sense half of the time. I stumble upon my words. I chat so much shit. I talk about astrology. I talk about how my life is just going to shit. Like, I moan a little bit, not a lot, kind of a lot, but like, I constructively moan about things, and I just like to feel my feelings, and I like to feel heard, and I like to think that you guys feel heard as well, or that you have a person to make you feel like you feel heard. And if you don't have a person who makes you feel like you're heard and validated for literally being a human being, then I've got you. Honestly, if you guys ever need to speak about anything, just slide into my DMs on Insta. I'll put my Insta in the comments, not in the comments, in the description. I could also put it in the comments as well, but just slide into my DMs. I know my Instagram doesn't look very active. I am gonna try and be active on there. That's kind of just like my account that I look at other people's things, and I don't really go on it. I don't actually have another Instagram account that I use, to be honest, but yeah, I am very much active on there, even though I'm not actively posting. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, anything you want to get off your chest, anything that you feel like we can relate on and we can just chat about, or you want me to make a video on, just give me a little DM, because I know sometimes it can be a little bit daunting writing a public comment on a public video. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in for my little rant. If you made it to the end of this video, please comment and let me know that you've made it to the end of this video. I'm very intrigued. And if you want to join me on this journey of being a 25-year-old who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with their life and feels lost and feels like they've wasted their life, subscribe and I guess keep up with me. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.